What's up, everyone? It's your lady Amy the Seven with another episode of Pretty Woman Speaks, and I have another pretty woman in the building, Renicea Michelle, showcasing the best Memphis has to offer. My girl is an educator, a singer, songwriter, and a professional violinist. She stays booked, busy, and most of all, she is beautiful in all the things that she does. Say what's up, Renicea.
What's up, y'all? Hey, Amy, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for
Look,
asking.
I hesitated because I'm not used to calling this my friend, y'all. I call her Tasia. So, look, I guess you Amy and Tasia today.
I am both. I guess one of these days I'll get to an episode of how I why I am Amy the Seventh and how I come up with the name of that. But what we're going to focus on is my girl Renicea Michelle. She and I we met just a step off of yelling at our apartment complex because it was
Mm,
just so much going on during the time
yes,
we were in
yes.
Memphis. And I will admit, I was a bit envious of her when I first met her. And I'll tell you why. She probably don't know, but I'll tell you why. Because she was a lot further along in her recovery journey. She might have been limping on her crutches, but I was still bounded by the wheelchair and then two big orthopedic boots. And she was already in her shoes and stuff. So like I was a bit jealous, a little envious, like, dang, I'm ready to
Mm,
walk too. So I was jealous of her. I will say this. But from from that day, it's really blossomed into a wonderful friendship. She and we really bonded on our accidents, just being several weeks apart. And then, what I really find is
mm.
funny is that we both lived on Get Well and we both had to get well.
What's wrong with get well? Okay,
I
let's.
Girl, I don't know, but what I really want to focus in on is that Memphis gets a bad rep for a lot of things, but what's really been popping in Memphis is the music scene, and
Yes,
my girl has the music scene on lock when it comes to being a professional violinist because she's out here from Bill Streets to weddings, parties, you name it, she's doing it all. And most recently, she's also performed in front of the governor of Mississippi, gave him his
yes.
own little soliloquy. I mean, my girl is out here with it. So let me just ask you, what really goes into becoming a professional?
Well, look, I got my humble beginnings at 8 years old. And so I just been kind of working my way up since I was a child. So I've been doing like orchestra probably for as long as I was able to walk as a child. So I went all the way through elementary to college with it. So really getting those different levels of training got me here today.
I'm gonna tell you, you are disciplined because I played clarinet and the piano up through high school. When I got to college, I was like, I am done with this, and it's probably a big regret of mine. Kicking
Yeah.
music to the curb. What kept you in music even after high school?
Well, look, I'm gonna be honest. I really started kind of finding my niche with violin. Like once I got to high school, once I realized I can, okay, I got my classical technique down. What else can I play? And so, being a black girl in Memphis, is somebody in your family is gonna tell you, look, can you play something that I know on the radio? So that's how I got my start. Pretty much just trying to play something that I knew people would recognize.
So, do you remember some of the songs that you just
Mm,
learned how to play by ear?
yes, the very first one I want to say was Tupac. My favorite aunt, she loves Tupac. Like that's our like family staple. So she's like, "Can you play I Ain't Mad at You on violin?" And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, it's a challenge. It's a challenge for me. So I'm like, okay, auntie, I'm gonna see if I can hop on the beat. And so I just played around with it, and magically I was able to play.
Okay, shout out to Auntie for helping you
Auntie Tab.
push the limits, push the limits. So as I was mentioning, Memphis right now is a hotbed for the music scene. Any of the artists that's come out of Memphis, is there someone you would love to play with?
Ooh, someone new that I have not.
Or yeah,
Hmm.
any artist. I mean, you Glorilla FNF. What's up?
Look, I've been trying to look. I'm mad at Glow. This why I'm mad at Glow is because we came from the same school. I used to teach at Westside. She used to go to Westside, and the funny thing about it is when she started to blow up, I actually was teaching around the same time, and a lot of my students were, I guess they knew her very well and they would be in her videos. And so I would just make fun with them, like, why didn't y'all let me know Glow was outside at the stop sign? So we could have been in the in the F and F video, but that's neither here nor there. But I
Okay,
really think for somebody that I would want to collab with from Memphis, oh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one because I have done a lot of Memphis collabs already. So I kind of want to give some shout outs. One of my
sure.
my favorite girls is Lisa Lucky. She's a rapper here in Memphis, and she actually just had her first break or like on the radio. Her song "Birthday" is on 97.1.
I just got my hair done, it's my birthday. Got my feet and nails done, it's my birthday.
So I just, riding around, I hardly ever listen to the radio. So when I do, if I hear it, I'm gonna let you know. So I was just shook. I just want to give her our flowers, starting humble beginnings, Overton alumni and everything. And when we did a collab together, I want to say maybe a year ago before the post or before the accident.
You should never like, I'ma keep shit happy. Money stand on me like tie-dye. And I bought some new diamonds that came from Mexico. I swear that shit make you cha-cha.
So yes, the accident, the life changing accident. Yeah, she and I both we share our life just being turned upside down, just a complete 180 for an accident. So I really want to talk to you about, because you didn't really start pursuing music, your musical dreams full time until that accident happened. Tell me about that accident that day.
Mm. So honestly, it was like a regular Monday. I was actually done teaching for the day, and I was just doing some laundry. And in between doing the laundry, you got your wash and your dry process. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna take a little chill pill while my clothes get ready to dry. And lo and behold, I'm chilling at the stop sign. I'm just thinking I'm getting ready to park my car, and someone came all the way on the wrong side of the road, y'all. Wrong side. They had a whole lane, but they came right in front of little old me and hit
Mhm.
me at the stop sign. I can see it from my window right now, but the same stop sign that I still go through every day. So it was life changing because I really didn't think that it was gonna sit me down the way that it did, especially with me sitting on the wheel like that. It's the head on impact. But when I got out, I wasn't bleeding. I had no scars. So I'm thinking I'm going upstairs. I'm ready to walk my dog. But things happen. I had to go through surgery. Of course, Tasia, the whole process with surgery that knocks you out of the game. You got to be non-weight bearing, and a lot of people don't understand that what non-weight bearing means is that you physically have to sit down like for months on end for your scars and everything to actually heal, and that's before you even get to PT. So
What
yeah, go ahead, go.
what type of fracture? What type of fracture did you suffer?
I had a tibia plateau fracture. So that's like pretty much your lower leg injury. So really, but pretty much below the knee, where your knee hangs and connects together. So all of that, Meg knees are non-existent right now.
she
We're
gonna
coming back. We
She
coming back. We
she's
coming.
gonna get those magnies back. I mean, she's still
Look,
a hot 20 something, so she
look,
gonna
I'm
get
26 out here, y'all. I should be able to hit a squat.
she gonna pop. I told she's gonna pop them before 30 comes. So
I,
we gonna work on
I'm
her.
receiving it. But yeah, so that's what type of fracture it was. So it's pretty much a lower scar injury all the way down to like the shin bone. If you have to locate and think where it is.
And so I know that you said that you were non-weight bearing. About how long did it take you before you were able to put some weight on it?
It was really about, I want to say, a little over 3 months before I was even able to put just a little bit, not even all of your weight, but just maybe just a little bit of weight. Maybe what is like 20 pounds, maybe. But can you really weigh out 20 pounds of yourself on one leg? So,
Right.
yeah, so stuff like that, gradually working up to getting used to standing and balancing the full nine. Just literally standing was an exercise. So you gotta walk before you crawl, and that's something still that I cannot do. Like as far as kneeling, crawling, any of that type of activity is out of the game right now. So,
Don't girl, let me tell you, since both of my ankles were broken, so learning how to squat,
man,
kneel, all of those things that we could do just without even thinking. Now we have
man,
to retrain ourselves for
hmm,
our body to not be afraid for these things to happen again. So it's,
yeah,
your
like
body, it takes your body a while to decompress from trauma.
it really does. Like even just imagining yourself a year ago before the accident and what you were doing, like man, I'm singing do re mi while picking up juice spills on the ground. Like I'm actively teaching and all of that while bending down, squatting, all of that. So I just knew it was time for a change in career and all of that.
Do y'all hear that? Don't take that for granted. So the next time y'all can just squat and kneel
Think
and
about
bend
it.
down.
Think about it.
Think about
Think
us that's
about.
out here struggling.
Look, we trying now because we want to bend down with our kids in the future too. Now, so that's the goal. That's the goal.
And we both going to accomplish it, most definitely. What was something that's really been reflective, just hearing you talk about how the life-changing accident for you is like a
Hmm.
regular day. And I really feel like the most traumatic days
Yeah,
we've ever experienced just starts out normal. I mean, nothing
I'm telling
is
you,
is out of the ordinary.
I agree. So it like when people will laugh and say, they laugh at your knee or whatever you're going through, it's mind blowing how it really can be you tomorrow. Like I'm not an athlete of any kind. I did everything possible to not have a leg injury. So I'm like, of all things. But God is very intentional. He's very intentional.
What do you mean by that? Let's go into that. And
Oh,
then,
look,
yeah,
look.
what do you mean by that?
I really think I was so hesitant about going full time with my violin, and I don't know what it was. I should have just done it right after I got my music business degree. I should have just went straight into it, but with COVID happening, I got comfortable. Everybody's looking and trying to see what's their next move. And so jobs were scarce, trying to get into breaking into the music business. I'm like, so what studio label am I gonna be working in? Or what talent scout am I doing? What type of work will I be doing? So, and I'm a very behind the scenes person. So I perform all the time, but I really, really enjoy just how music comes together. So I'm back, all the little programs and all this stuff, I'm on it as far as trying to blend music together. But look, where were we? Where were we? I'm going somewhere
It's
else.
okay. I was just asking you about, you said that God is intentional.
I think he just, yeah, I really think that he wanted me to see that I did not have to solely depend on. a teaching career to do what I'm doing every day now. And so now since I'm here, I just feel so blessed to be able to say I'm here in Memphis, really making a living as a black violinist. Like this, it's still unheard of for some people to hear that. So, in ways, I feel like losing my leg for that quote unquote time was a blessing for me to see that Renicea, at the end of the day, if they take anything away from you, you got your hands, and and it's amazing to see how far my hands have taken me, even just small things like my very first time on a plane. I've been out of the country, like I'd never been anywhere probably in the country yet, or it just in the states yet, and I'm already in Poland. So you can imagine my mom like scared to like she's like, you first off you get on a plane, now you going across the country. So I mean, you just never know where music will take you. You never really know. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm living a dream. Look at me.
And we know that with dreams, it never pops off without a hitch. So
Mm-hmm.
look, we gotta love ourselves through it all.
Through
Um,
every journey, you really do.
and let me tell
Oh.
you, you are glowing. I mean,
Mm.
just glowing and flowing.
What you trying to say, Taylor?
What I want to
Look, look,
understand.
when people say that.
What I want, because I know that you have a desire to take your violinist, your music career international. Tell me,
Yeah.
what does that mean though for you to put Memphis on the map outside of just hip hop and R&B?
Man. Yeah, so it's so many projects that I'm working on now that I don't think any other artist has really tapped into yet. And so I'm excited to share my music and my artistry. I know people know that I can sing, but I want to bring the artistry of violin and singing together and really share that. Um, I know some people say I give off like this neo soul artist type of vibe, and I guess my voice I guess it just helps it. So I want to emulate that, but I don't want to be put in a box because you never know what will come out of this raspy voice. So
Is it? Will it hurt if I ask for a hot 15 seconds?
you know what? Look. I'm gonna be that person. What you want to hear? I'm taking all requests. I'm gonna act like how I act on Bill. I'm
Wh-
taking all requests.
Look, whatever's on your heart. That's
Now that's
because
now.
you say you have a raspy voice, so you know, with
Look, she didn't put me on the spot like that. What's my number? It's a number that I always do at Biscuits and Jams. It's my favorite one.
okay,
Ah, look at me acting like I don't remember it.
you got it.
Let me drink some more water. She got me nervous, y'all. Look.
So adorable.
Mm. Oh, look. I'm gonna set myself for always. As a musician, you never just start just singing. Let me give myself a little track or something.
Okay,
Put,
look,
my, put myself in the right. Put myself in the right.
she's dropping gems, y'all.
Oh. Mm. I normally play here, so that's why it's coming. It's coming. Mm-hmm. I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a style. And so I came to. Nah, we're going to clip this out. I can't hear. I'm half deaf, Tasia. I'm half
Okay,
deaf. So I
look.
don't want to sing to you. I feel, and then I ain't got no furniture in here. So
Oh,
I'm half.
that's fine. Just that little snippet tells me that,
So
baby, you are a threat.
because I have to take one. I have to take one out. Listen for a while. I'm extra. And there he was, this young boy, Stranger to my strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. Look,
Oh my
it'd be better if I
God.
can hear. Look, she putting folks on. That's okay.
You sound so beautifully. In fact, this is my first time hearing her sing. I've always heard her play her violin, but to know that her voice is just equally as beautiful, the music she can produce from her hands. I mean, this girl, who needs mag knees when you sound like that?
You know what? I received, and I'm still humble now. I'm still humble, but I really take my craft seriously. Like I know for a fact, no one is coming the way I'm coming on this violin, and that's just me speaking on my own artistry. I love collabing with artists, but I know that I can stand alone. Truly, I can stand alone.
The confidence is there. Tell me, how long did it take you to get into this mind frame of knowing that you can stand alone and that you can bring that
Ooh,
fire no one else is bringing? How long did it take you to step into that mind frame after the accident?
ooh, after the accident. Well, you know what? I never really stopped going after the accident. So even though my confidence was gone per se, walking and I mean physically, but I knew how I was coming on violin. So even while I was crutching, I had people beside me like holding my violin for me. So, I got all the props. And even while crutching and just experiencing it, I just knew that I was gonna put it all in the music. Everything that I was feeling, the depression at the time, not being able to warm up my hot pocket when I wanted to, I'm putting all that on the beat. So I just, man, I think, yeah, I really can't say, I can't really say that I lost my confidence with music during the accident. It just was a feeling of wanting to do more and missing out on quote unquote said shows, not being able to hit all three in one day and maybe just being humble and saying, okay, I'll go to one today because physically we can't do it all. Especially with recovery. I'm still with a lot of my shows that I'm doing with my 3 or 4 shows a weekend. I'm still sweating. So I'm hoping post surgery, maybe 2 or 3 years out, I'm not sweating so hard.
But
Yeah.
see, it's gonna be all worth it because of all the sweat,
Mhm.
literally, that you put
Literally.
into your career. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to see where you go from there. I'm excited to see you open up, even here in Detroit. So if you get a stop here on Detroit, let me know.
Oh, Tasia, I feel so amazing right now. I hate it took me 25 minutes to get comfortable for the end. Now I feel like I can, I feel like I can, why are introverts like that? Why does it take me 30 minutes to feel, comfortable talking to a friend girl, I talk to you all the time. Why is it like that?
Look, because you just now tuned into your star player.
I receive.
Okay, okay. The star player is
Baby,
here.
I could have started the whole interview over from 25, 36. I could have started and just
No,
said, look, I'm comfortable, but that's okay. This
look,
happens.
aren't we our biggest critics? Because here I
Man,
am in awe of all of you during this interview, and you can pick out,
oh, I'm peeking out everything.
yeah, just nitpicking yourself. Like, what
Hard
are
too.
what are we doing? Because you're doing fabulous. So tell me, with you traveling, you're crisscrossing the city, you're still recovering from a traumatic accident, you now chasing your dreams full time. What
Mhm.
does that mean for Renicea?
That means right now I'm really focusing on a building for my studio. I really can see in flashing lights, Renicea Michelle Studios for all creatives to come and create music. Of course, I'm going to be there teaching violin lessons, but who's to say a saxophonist or a pianist can't come in and collab together at my studio, and things happen like that every day. And I just want to be a part of something like that every single day. My own quote unquote studio where I can just see people collabing and working together, and that's the dream for me, ultimately. And beyond that, I really just see myself performing everywhere. I see myself like performing on cruises and just it's so many things. I get glimpses of what my life will be like. I get small glimpses every time I perform, honestly. Every time I perform, I'm like, this I know this can be me every day, But it's coming and I'm manifesting a lot of it because a lot, even with the accident, I have played in a lot of rooms that I've always dreamed of.
So I honestly feel like the same thing for me. Like, I had my accident as well,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I would not be in this space in my life had this accident not happened.
Mm,
Yes, I hated having to sit down and
yeah,
be immobilized and have people cater to me, but
yeah.
the difference a year make, that is such an understatement.
1 year. 1 year we were laying in bed recovering, like literally, or a little PT in between, but basically recovering for the most part. So it is amazing what 1 year will do. How you can be living in slavery one moment and then
In paradise the
and
next.
paradise the next. Like, man, I could have been doing this the whole time.
Could have been, and I was,
But
you know,
it
I was.
takes things. It does. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, babe.
No, I cut you off. I'm getting better with that too. Look,
Same
look,
here,
I
cause
can talk, man. Look. I got to stop cutting. Look, and I got this tat
hmm
right before the accident.
okay, she got a
And it's
violin
so that's
tap.
another thing I guess that I can pinpoint that really, really motivated me to keep going. Like I'm saying, when you know your leg ain't moving and that sucker is fresh out of the surgery and they like move and they're telling you the exercises and you doing everything you can do and that leg still not moving, you need something to keep you. I just would have to look at my arm like it's a reason I'm still here. It's a reason why I did not die at that stop sign. It's like seriously, because there's a lot of things that we go through, like the accidents that me and Amy went through. A lot of people would not have survived. Like real talk.
Even just mentally. So I know that you said that the tattoo was something that helped you maintain faith in. That kind of carried you through the times of being in the hospital and recovering from surgery. What else do you say went into keeping your mind
Hmm.
together, because those are very dark moments in those
Yeah.
hospitals coming out of surgery is really, really dark. What else went into keeping your mind whole?
Okay. Well, I guess I love music, so it seemed like everything, all my life just seems to tie back into music. But I want to give a huge shout out to my granddad. He's RIP. He died some years ago. I want to say a couple years after I graduated high school. And I really was just devastated because he was our family staple for music. Like it almost, my mom, she makes jokes and always says it's crazy how music pretty much skipped our generation and got you guys. And pretty much speaking about me, my sister, and my cousins, like all of us had something, some type of niche in with music. So my sister, she plays piano. My cousins, they sing a little bit. I've got some that I even have a cousin that went to Juilliard. Well, actually denied Juilliard. We didn't speak for a year because I was like, "How you deny Juilliard?" But he's that good at percussion and any band instrument. But that's me going on a tangent. But my grandfather, he's just so special to me. Just when he, just thinking about him now, I'm really trying my best not to cry. But he's like my biggest. Like when people say inspirations, not celebrities or anything like that. My granddad was, he could play anything, like any instrument. Even we joke about the violin because it's, but I know if I gave him a violin, he would be able to play it. But anyway, he was known for playing guitar. He could write a song on the spot.
Wow.
He was known for like playing with big names here in Memphis. He would tell, I'm not gonna name any names, but he would talk about how people were stealing his songs on bill, and just me wanting to be there, back then, it's a whole different time back when our grandparents were, living, but just seeing a passion that he had for music, I feel like I gotta make it for him. I know I really do.
You
Girl,
have, I know you out here crying.
he gave me a necklace. Like, look, I can talk about my granddad now. He
Is
gave
that
me a necklace. He didn't have much now, but he had gave me a cross necklace, and that sucker, you couldn't tell me it wasn't 50 carats or something, diamond or whatever, but I wore that sucker till my neck was green, and my mom was like, "Baby, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and invest in you something." And say, Pops is always with you, because I really feel like in a lot of settings, I can just feel him through my music. I really, really can.
whew, spiritually intact? That's all right. That's beautiful to
And
hear.
I'm trying to keep my lash on.
Side note, because I'm a girl that love cheap dollar store jewelry from the beauty store. All
Come
you
on.
need is some clear nail polish. Paint that thing up, and baby, it will
Yeah.
never change.
You know what? Never change again. Because I still got it. I should, girl, it's worse, baby. But he tried. He
Well,
tried.
I appreciate you sharing that to me, because it really is important to have a deeper source tapping in, because we know when life sits you down, it is important to pull from all different types of wells, because y- as I say, you're really at a low point and you see who means the most to you and who actually cares the most about you when you stuck.
When you are down, when you're not the one reaching out, when you're not the one overpouring it at your best, you find out who's really, girl, don't give me the preaching.
Yeah, so tell me how, because I have my experience with people in the wheelchair, in the walker.
Yeah.
How did people treat you when you were recovering?
Hmm. I had a lot of different experiences. I really, really did. I had some people that were like, ain't nothing wrong with you. And then I had some people that were like, really there to like just minister to me, like people, like really strangers. But, I even had, speaking of a stranger, I had a guy at Burger King just buy me a free meal. Buy me a free meal, and just was kind of like, God told me to buy you a free meal. And,
Mm.
when you glance at somebody, you're not really, well, I'm not. I'm not really looking at a person for, all right, do I want you? Because I got who I want. But it's an older, it's,
Excuse me, I got who I want.
not
Baby,
to,
she's full of gems.
you know what? But no, seriously. So when a guy is looking at me from the room, I'm really looking I'm trying to be like, since I can't see, I'm blind. So the guy was like, No, God told me I need to buy you a meal, and I'm running late to a gig. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm about to fall over if I don't get something to eat. So anyway, I looked down at his legs, and I could tell one. You know, you can tell if it's some meat there versus if it's not, and I could tell the leg was just not there. And so he had basically like a prosthetic leg, and he was just like, I can tell you're doing your best, and I'm like, hey, if he can do it, I'm crying about the little leg that barely made it, and you don't even have a real leg. I'm like, I need to get it I need to just stop complaining. I need to make it to this event and, give it my all, because a lot of times we get so comfortable and, oh, I made it. I'm doing what I always dreamed. Yeah, you are, but, you got to remember you know, what really inspires you and keeps you going, because you can be re-humbled. So yeah, so
Heavy on the re-humbled.
re-humbled. Mm,
And I'm excited now for, I feel like both of our lives is moving in the season of just not, not just having humbleness, because I think that's already embedded in us,
yeah.
but being filled with just abundancy and just ready for whatever it is that life has for us. And it's interesting how God puts people in our life, like the man with the prosthetic leg, that helped you become, more focused on being grateful for the things that you have and not the things that you lost, because that is that.
Even can I piggyback
Go
on it
ahead.
further, even further? Amy is a complete stranger to me, y'all. A complete stranger. Like I said, we met after our accidents. I didn't know this woman was working for ABC News, but look, God was connecting dots for me. And so, even though she said at the time she was envious of me, she did not know that I really was even more inspired when she came in the room. I'm like, shoot, she coming with the wheelchair in here. I would have probably still been in the house crying. But I love I just seen it in you, even though she was literally in a wheelchair. She didn't give me timid, like she didn't give me, okay, the world is over. Like, and I was with my crutches back there. I was like, it's all over. She didn't know, but I was at that time. I was ready to go off on the people at the apartments.
We all were.
Yes, I was ready to let them have it. So seeing her and just not even knowing from that day, because obviously time went past before we even, mentioned the story. But I mean, just knowing that you're offering me this to share my story, it just, girl, I was probably in tears then when I first met you, for sure. I'm a crybaby. I'm a water sign Pisces, so I know I'm for sure I probably cried. I'm like, God, you really ain't forgot about me. Maybe you really, you know. So I really thank you and appreciate you for that, because that story still to this day, it was aired in December, right? It was aired
Yes,
in
yes,
December.
December.
Since then, I mean, when I say I was booked then, before then, but I mean, I have been booked like crazy since then. So I'm very thankful, for my little highlight. Shout out to Jordan Foster. Look, I finally got it. He finally followed me the other day. I said, look, I might be close to a blue check if he just now, So, but yeah,
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Jordan Foster at
yeah.
ABC 24. He's definitely a guy. Anytime I ever send him stories, I send him stories to this day now that I come across awesome people in Memphis. As you all know, I've said it before, I am a producer and I've been a producer in news for about 10 years. And my biggest passion is finding people like Renicea
Mhm.
Michelle with a wonderful story, because America loves a good comeback story, and to me she represents what America loves, and that's coming back and winning. And I just knew that her story, especially around Christmas time, was going to be inspiring for people to hear. And I just needed to get her on TV. That's always been my thing. And I was just glad that Jordan did her story. It was beautiful. And so, fast forward to me launching my podcast, I was like, I have to get an update on Miss Michelle, and to know that she's been booked and busy lets you know the power of tapping into strangers. Because when she said that she thought that God forgot about her, but what she didn't know, that God was orchestrating something well beyond
Yeah,
what she could see at
well,
that
yeah,
time. And what I would love to say about people is that God blesses you through people. Your blessings come through strangers. And I can't say this enough. Be ready when the opportunity presents itself.
yeah.
And not only that, be kind, because you just never know what that hello could lead to.
It's so true. It's so true. I'm working with people every day that I just don't know. Like, yeah, you may think I'm helping you with a service. Yeah, you may need me to play for something, but you never know what who's booking you, who they are. So I've just been like really grateful to meet some really dope people in all fields, not just music.
So, Renicea, what I do want to, because we're going to get ready to wrap this up,
Mhm.
what I want to ask you, are there any words that you would like to lead to someone who's aspiring to be a professional,
Mm.
and they want to pursue their dreams full time? Do you have anything to say to them? One, we'll start there.
Okay. I will say stay authentic, stay true to yourself. Don't feel like you gotta alter or tweak and all this other stuff to match what the next person is doing, because so often, we get used to these trends. We're trying to go viral, and I get it. But a lot of times we miss the mark when we try to emulate or imitate someone else's work. So just really, I would say really hone your skills and share what's passionate to you, because a lot of times we may overshare what's important to us. It may not be important to the next person, but you don't know who it may be and who you need to tell your story to. A lot of times I catch myself where I'm like, yeah, I'll just leave my leg for another day, I won't talk about it. But a lot of days I find that I may have missed out on a blessing, or I may have missed out on an opportunity to inspire someone.
Okay.
I like that. Look, now that's me tapping into that media.
She's tapped in. I was saying that my dad says all the time that I need to lead with, the
Yeah,
things that I've overcome, the accident and everything. And part of it
because for
is
real, I think the fear is obviously you don't want anybody to look at you and only see your accident.
that's it.
We get that, and so I think we get caught in, okay, I don't want people to become that crippled person, or that, oh, when I'm coming there they've got to, I don't we don't want that. We just want to share. We want to be open. We want to feel comfortable, so when an opportunity comes to where y'all may be doing some able-bodied stuff, it's not a problem when we can't, you know but we don't need to be baby. We don't.
Okay. I'm with her on that, because it does leave people to tag you in a certain
Hmm.
way or put you in a category in a
Yeah,
certain
put you
way
in the
because
category of,
you're
oh,
someone who had to look at you differently or approach you
mhm.
differently, and you don't want to be treated differently, but you do want to be treated differently because, baby, let me get the handicap parking space.
Come on. And I'm still mad at myself. She laughing at me because she know. I'm still mad at myself because I was so independent, baby. I told myself I'm not gonna get a handicap sticker. And now look at me sweating everywhere I go. So when I get to your performance, just know, look, I already did my workout before I came. Before I came, that's why I got a little sweat. But yeah, I should have definitely paid for that. That's an investment that I wish I could go back in time and get my surgeon to sign off on. But that's okay.
I told her she's one of the most independent recovering person that had to walk again that I've ever met, because I was like, she was just in a rush to be better
Man,
and courageous about a lot of things. Is that what she taught me is to don't rush the
hmm,
recovery process.
don't do it.
You
Don't,
be patient.
because your body will sit you back down again. So, you have to listen to your body. If it's telling you, look, and you've been at a PT for a while and you doing a lot of self-taught stuff, you know, you kind of you're gonna get tired. So I have to tell myself, look, Renicea, there's no way you finna clean the whole house, go to the gym and then go have drinks with friends later. That may not be your life anymore. You might need to clean a part of your house and then hit a little routine at the gym and maybe postpone that drink or something. I don't know, but your body will let you know when you need a break. And there's just certain things that, yeah, we can do, but there may be certain things that we just may not be able to do again, and that's okay too. That's okay too.
Okay, trust me, my body reminds me about a lot of things because I try to hop to a lot of things, and my body say, "Baby, remember, I'm still in recovery mode," and it will let me know that, hey, I am not the old body that you were used to. I'm something new,
I
so treat me
still
like that.
I still see TikTok dances on my phone, and my boyfriend humbly tells me, "Baby, you not doing it." And I will be so fixated on the dance. I'm like, I know I can do it. As soon as I get my happy-go-lucky tail up, here I am trying to do it. And I'm like, 2 steps on the right. it's over. It's very humbling though, feeling like, seeing somebody else do something that you used to do so easy. I'd be like, okay, I know I can do that. And maybe that's what I just have to tell myself.
You got that? That's my girl, Renicea Michelle. As I mentioned, she's booked, busy, and beautiful all across Memphis. She's an educator, singer, songwriter, and professional violinist that took a chance on herself when life came at her fast. I hope that you all learned a lot of gems out of this. Of course, Amy the Seven drops every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can learn more about this episode or any other episodes that I have at tayharborstudios.com/Amy the Seventh. And you can check out where all the rest of the platforms that I have now. I am now newly on Amazon Music, so you can check me out there too.